let we navigate into this platform called Pega. Okay, so in the earlier classes, we had gone through the that broad level of information, right? So what is we call this one, okay, and we'll be having the footer like developer options we can say, and these are nothing but what header kind of thing. Okay, so search we can search anything. Okay, so likewise we'll be having, right? So this is nothing but what DevStudio, where we need to create a few where we can have the privilege to create an applications, and as well as we can have the marketplace. Okay, and this is a built-in application, right? And also we can have few advanced configurations as well. Okay, so here we'll be having, see here, Dev Studio, App Studio, Admin Studio, and this is nothing but a prediction studio. So this is the what hierarchy here. Okay, so these are the drop downs which are available at Pega. If we click on this, so okay, so right now we had gone through the few of the options in a broad way. Okay, so right now we are at a development studio, Dev Studio. Okay, so as soon as you enter into the Dev Studio, right? See here, the very first option we'll be having a Pega platform. So which means what? As we had login with the administration login, right? Administration, credentials, right? So that's why it's having what your Pega, it's built on Pega platform. So now see here, we'll be having a overview, definition, channels and interfaces, skins. Okay, so no need to worry, these things. Okay, so in going further, you will be knowing each and every option in detail. Why? Because it is interlinked with the other rules. Okay, so first we need to get familiar with that rules, and then later on we come back and then we can have a great explanation on this. Okay, but simply purpose, yesterday what we had done, so we had tried to create to build an application, right, by clicking on this application. Okay, so this perform this type of actions we can perform in the Dev Studio as well, like so if you want to switch from one application to another application, we will be having, see here, right now there are no applications, only these two OTBs are there, right? So that's why there are no why? Because we had logged with the admin credentials, right? So that's why the available applications are not having. Okay, so whatever, if you need to switch from one application to another, if you navigate from one application to another application, you use this you use this option called switch application, and we'll be having a work pool as well. Okay, in coming days you will be seeing, you will be knowing about the work pool and work related all. Okay, so for now, so these are the operations which we have. Okay, so once you go with this overview, and we can see, we can navigate. Okay, so what we can have this option. Okay, it's loading right now. Let's wait. See here, you will be having what over here right side. We'll be having few of the we can say from node kind of thing from Pega end, like business objective, what we can see, top level cases, product methodology, so technical details. Okay, so all these things you can just have a look at. Okay, so this is nothing but what see here, Pega version 8, and this is a Pega platform. Since we logged in with admin, right, so we don't see any sort of much work items and all these things here, to do, doing, done, all these things. Okay, and coming to the definition, we generally use this application definition. Okay, so this is nothing but a branches which we need to work on the branch in the real-time environment, and these are nothing but a built-on application, right? Whatever we built applications, right? Okay, so you will be seeing here, and you can very well add from here. If you click on this, right, it asks us to choose an application. See here, all these things are the applications which we which we had created for the earlier sessions, earlier trainings. Okay, so this one, and we'll be having embed components for components. Okay, so this is a very advanced one. Okay, Components are available in the PTN. Okay, in coming classes, in coming sessions, we will be saying about the components as well. But right now, it's a very high level. Okay, good to have an idea in coming days, but not in big detail. Okay, but at your level, it's okay. Okay, nearly components and all these things will be taken care by senior level, like LSA kind of thing. They will take it. But it's always it's good to have an information on that. And next we'll be having a presentation where we need to have a skin. Okay, skin, just for an information, the skin is nothing but what means, for suppose if you need to change, if you need to change the logo color, or else we'll be having a button color called what, black color, background is blue, and overlaid, this font color is one what, white. You need to change at entire level. You need to change at entire level. Okay, you can do with the skin rule, and as well as you can very well do with the app studio. Will be having one option. Okay, there I will be saying that one. Okay, you can very well do with the skin. So skin is nothing but which we can say what it uses for the presentation, like CSS. We no need to write any sort of CSS. Okay, so for you guys, if you don't understand what is CSS means, CSS is nothing but which we can say like coloring. Okay, skeleton would be HTML. Okay, and dress, fashion apparels would be CSS. Okay, so that means it will add value to the skeleton. Okay, so if you do assume that if you don't have any sort of colorings to this application, now how it will look, it will look like skeleton. Who will love the skeleton? Okay, so if you have that skin, if you have a good apparels, then everyone will like. Okay, so that's why we must have the CSS, but Pega take care that one. Okay, no need to worry on this. Pega automatically have this predefined skin rules. Okay, so if you want to customize that one, we can very well do that. Okay, but Pega, you know don't recommend to use skin in most of the cases. Why? Because whatever we use, right, so it's good enough. But if we need to create an at enterprise level, no need to use a skin, but we have a beautiful option at App Studio, which we can see in coming slides. Okay, so it's good to know having the information that skin is used for the presentation, which we can have the CSS, colorings, and we can say stylings. Okay, we can perform that one. And later on, we'll be having a application URL. We can say alias. Okay, you can have this, your predefined alias as well. Okay, see here. And in the coming classes, you will also see how you can change these URLs in a dynamic way. Okay, so but right now, in order to navigate, right, in order to navigate into our application, so we need to use this one. See, if you can easily understand, if you see here, this is the navigation. This is the navigation which we can use this one. See here, Pega Dev Studio. Okay, like that, like that. Okay, and in okay, and in advanced configurations, we'll be having a production rule sets. Okay, so no need to worry about this production rule sets, all these things. Why I am saying each and every option means, when you come to know about application URL alias, production rule sets, and as well as skin, right? Now, after knowing all these things, and when you revisit this developer dev studio, right, you will easily understand in a from basic level. So that's why in order to inculcate from now onwards, okay, so I am saying a few each and every option that is available at the dev studio. Okay, just please inculcate, and don't bother about these all these things. Okay, just remember that. Okay, so we are having so and so options that will use for so and so. Okay, and we'll be having a developer branches where I treated that we need to work on the branches in the in order to build or in order to work on any rule in the Pega. And next we'll be having the application rule sets. See here, So these are the rule sets. These are the rule set which we available in the admin in Pega. Okay. So this is a definition, and this we'll be having a cases and data with which in the coming classes we need to create a case step as well. So whatever the case step we created, right, over here we can easily navigate. Okay, so like this we need to create a few we need to configure this implementing class as well on which the case type has been built. Okay, and we'll be having a data as well. If you want to add any data, we can very well do that, like this associated classes, integration classes, UI class, integration class, data class. If you remember, yesterday we had discussed about this one, right? Data classes, integration classes, and work classes. The same here. See here, UI classes, integration classes, data classes. Okay, so these are the types of classes. Okay, now whoever ask about the types of classes, right? Now you need to say what? There are the we'll be having a three type of layouts like int a data layer, int layer, and work layer. So these are the sub layers. Okay, and types of classes will be having the same data class, integration class, and as well as the work class. Okay, so in detail, in data class, in int class, in work class, again it divided into two types, which we can say concrete and abstract. Okay, in coming days we have a dedicated session over there in which we can easily understand what is meant by concrete and what is meant by abstract. Okay, so for now it's good to have that we have three type of sublayers. On each sublayers we'll be having a three type of classes like data, int, and work, so which has been configured over here. Okay, so you can easily configure whatever the work class will be having, integration class will be having, and data classes will be having. Okay, and we can have this application wizard where you can have these application settings, like show this application setting in the wizard, like here brand, desktop snapshot, mobile snapshot. Okay, see here it's saying what? Brand. Okay, so right now I said that one option is available at the app studio, right? So this is the one. Okay, so which if we click on this one, right, you will be having, if you change this upload, if you change this this one image, right, so the brand image will change here. Here it will impact. Okay, so at organization level we need to change this one. Okay, and we'll having a business tab, everything, see here. Okay, so it's for reuse purpose. Once you upload, right, at all the level of organizer structure it has, like implementation and framework applications, right, it can reuse that one. Okay, so that's why we need to change whatever the stylings and whatever the brand options we can see, right, we need to use it in the application layer. Okay, so that it can be useful on the built-on applications. Okay, and documentation integrations. Okay, so it's a high level concepts. For now it's good to go that all these options are available. See here, sysadmin, data management, you don't have any sort of idea on this. Okay, so DCO and all these things. Okay, so it's a iterative waterfall method. We'll be having a scrum and iterative waterfall. Okay, so I will be explaining about the scrum methodology, and we'll be having other methodology as well, agile methodology. In the other agile methodology we generally use a scrum. Okay, so I will be saying after the sessions, after the Pega sessions, I will be explaining about all these things as well. Okay, so but right now, so at DevStudio we have all these options. Now we have completed at the top level, right? Now we can look at the bottom, we can say developer options. Okay, so from left side we'll be having what? Agile bench, workbench. Okay, now Pega always suggests that we no need to depends on other thing, uh, like agile workbench, whatever the see here, if I click on that one, so you will be, it's not loading. Okay, so usually at this pane, right, see here. Okay, say at agile workbench. Okay, so generally you will be assigning a work from the agile itself. Okay, whatever the stories you got, whatever the bugs you got, and whatever the feedback for each of the stories you got, right, so it always have this. Okay, so just you need to integrate, that's it. Okay, just you need to integrate, that's it. Okay, So that means now see here, Pega, okay, Pega, this PRPC identifies this lag, okay, and it developed its own, agile workbench, developer option in order to integrate with the agile as well, agile, environment as well, so that you can easily integrate from here and you can easily navigate. Okay, so that we don't need to depend on other parameters, like you'll having current work, scenario testing, okay, issues, tracer, clipboard, live UA. For these things we have a dedicated class. Okay, so for now, so these are the we can say debugging parameters which we can trace with the tracer, clipboard, and live UI. Okay, so for now it's good to go for the dev studio. Okay, so as we see yesterday, right? So these are the case types, data types, app explorer, record explorer, and favorites. Okay, so these are the options which we have at the dev studio. Okay, so don't ever think that whoever who asked this on all these questions in the interviewer. Okay, so don't ask that, don't ever think that. Okay, so always inculcate in your mind that every option, every rule is an important in Pega. We don't know when we need to work on that. Okay, so don't leverage uh, don't I can say commitment your mind by saying that this is not important or this is important. Okay, so in Pega it doesn't. Every rule is important, but it's all depends on the load management. Okay, so that's why Pega suggests a few rules or doesn't suggest a few rules. Okay, it doesn't mean that it is not important thing. Okay, so every rule is important. Okay, so try to articulate about yours, about from your end as well. Okay, so this is all about the Dev Studio.